Hello and welcome back to another video, another Bible study. I actually wanted to film this yesterday, but then I said no, it's already too late. However, because I'm doing HB things, I still stayed up until like 3:30 a.m. So today I've decided to just go through with it and then still go to sleep way earlier than yesterday. So today 2 videos, read my Bible for tomorrow's video and then instantly go to bed, which at least I should be able to go to bed before 2 a.m., which is still terrible but better than yesterday. So today we're starting with Genesis 13 and going to or until Genesis 15. Yeah. So Genesis 13 is just basically Abram who becomes Abraham later, but not yet. And Lot have to part ways because they're too rich and too, I guess you can say the mountain is not big enough for the two alphas. So in, I think it's Genesis Genesis 9, where Abram says, "Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. If thou depart to the right, then I will go to the left." So basically, Abram is saying, okay, there's always conflicts between our servants or people. So you decide which part of the land you want to have, and I'll take the other one. And then Lot takes the abundant and amazing looking valleys of Jordan, and Abram is, I guess, left with the more desert type area near Egypt and today Gaza. Now, that's all fair and good, but looking at, for example, Orthodox Church Fathers, they thought a lot deeper about that. So for Genesis 13, verse 6 to 9, it talks about Abram being very rich, but also a man of virtue, because his heart was detached from the material things and was focused on God, which allowed him to be peaceful with Lot. And then verse 10 to 13, it talks about Lot being the opposite, where he's attached to the beauty of the landscape of the land he picks, because it looks like the Garden of Eden, and he's walked by sight and not by faith. And that led to him choosing the wrong place, because he trusted, or he was blinded by the beauty and didn't go by faith. In the end, the area where he is also where Sodom and Gomorrah is, and for everyone that's read the Bible, that's basically the place where everyone is really, really bad, and then God says, okay, enough, and then he wipes out everyone. And Lord chose this one because it looked better, which in the end was the wrong judgment, but I think I've said that enough. And then the last one, for verse 14 to 18, it talks about Lot, the first thing he does is pitching his tent and setting up camp in Sodom, versus Abraham, or still in this part Abram, the first thing he does is build an altar for God. So again, we see the difference in character. Now, chapter 14 talks about, let me get this straight. Why did I even... Yeah, I marked out something, but I'm not even sure why. Yeah, chapter 14 is basically about Lot being captured and then rescued. And then he gets blessed by a king of that area. But that's about it for that chapter. And then chapter 15, I have some more. Chapter 15 is God's covenant with Abram, where he talks about, or where Abram says, I have no offspring, and then God says, look at the sky, look at the planets, or the stars in the sky. You will have as many descendants, and I will make you, I guess, the father of the Jews, and then obviously us Christians. But yeah, I marked out, should we still, yeah, it's the last part of verse 1. I'm your shield and will be your exceedingly great reward. So I marked out this because, and quick disclaimer, what I'm reading is a bit different from what you're seeing on the screen. So if I read, I am your shield and will be your exceedingly great reward, and then here, this is the King James Version, it says, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. That's just because it's a difference in translation. There's 3 types of Bible translations. So one tries to do it word for word and just translate that. One tries to just get the message across, and then there's another one which just tries to make it more understandable. And I'm not sure which one is which, but my translation is a bit different from this. Doesn't matter because the content is still the same in the end. Now, why did I mark out I am your shield and will be your exceedingly great reward? Simply because we have to trust in God, and in the end, if we do that, we will be rewarded with God's grace, with His blessings. And then, yeah, that's basically it. Some more stuff in the end. In these verses, it talks about how Abraham, even though he's rich and great and famous and nice, he's still detached from everything, because he knows God has given him everything, and how Lot isn't that. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I'll film the next one right after, so I can go to bed sooner. See you then.